She'll chase you, not because you begged, not because you pushed, but because you left something embedded in her mind that refuses to dissolve. A splinter of fixation she never consciously agreed to carry. And the most unsettling part is this: she'll feel grateful for it. What I'm about to lay out isn't taught anywhere, not in dating manuals, not in psychology lectures, not even in the shadowy forums where men whisper theories to each other. This is the one mechanism that bypasses conscious thought entirely. The method that makes her feel something so deep, so difficult to explain, that she convinces herself it was her decision from the start. By the time you reach the end of this, you'll understand exactly how to initiate a mental loop that keeps running in her head long after you've left the room. Miss even one element, though, and you'll end up exactly where most men do, forgotten, invisible, scrolled past without a pause. Here's what almost no one tells you about female desire: it doesn't react to effort, it doesn't reward consistency, and it has no loyalty to your intentions. Desire responds to only one thing: the experience of emotional incompletion. Let me break that down. When something feels finished, the brain closes the file and moves on. When something feels unresolved, the mind returns to it repeatedly, obsessively, like a melody that cuts off before the final chord, like a sentence that stops mid-thought. This is the Zeigarnik Effect, weaponized. Most men unknowingly sabotage themselves by doing the opposite. They over-explain, they overgive, they close every loop, answer every question, resolve every tension. And in doing so, they make themselves mentally disposable. The dirtiest move isn't about what you give her. It's about what you almost give her, what you suggest, what you allow her to imagine, what you deliberately keep just beyond reach. You become the unanswered question, the itch she can't relieve, the presence that lingers in her nervous system like a dream that never quite ends. Now let's go deeper, into the structure of obsession itself. There's a principle I call void transfer. It works on a truth most men never grasp because it contradicts everything they've been taught. Here it is: she doesn't fall for who you actually are. She falls for who she imagines you to be. The moment you reveal too much, you hand her facts, and facts are dull. They're limited. They can be measured, compared, dismissed. But when you leave intentional gaps in your self-presentation, something powerful happens. Her imagination switches on, and whatever she constructs inside that gap feels intimate, personal, real, because she created it. Think about it. Every woman carries a fantasy, an internal blueprint of the man who would consume her thoughts. Void transfer allows her to project that fantasy onto you, not because you perfectly fit it, but because you left enough empty space for her mind to paint you into it. This is psychological jiu-jitsu. You're not pitching yourself, you're building the frame that lets her sell you to herself. How does this look in practice? You speak less than expected. You answer questions indirectly. You let silence stretch until she fills it with assumptions. You reveal just enough to spark curiosity, never enough to satisfy it. She asks what you do. You don't recite your resume. You give a fragment, something like, "I deal with problems most people avoid." And then you stop. No clarification, no context. Now her mind is racing, trying to decode what that means. And here's the key: whatever she imagines will be more compelling than anything you could have explained, because imagination has no ceiling, while your words do. Now we move to the second layer. I call it delayed revelation. This is where most men collapse. The moment they feel attraction, they pursue. The moment they want her, they show it. The moment they're interested, they broadcast it. This is emotional bankruptcy. Every time you reveal desire before she's invested, you hand away leverage. You give her certainty, and certainty suffocates desire. Desire thrives on tension, on the unanswered question, does he want me? On the ambiguity that makes her analyze every tone shift, every pause, every look. When you delay revelation, you create emotional debt. Think of it this way: every interaction where she feels something but can't place where she stands increases her investment. She's spending emotional energy trying to interpret you, and the more she spends, the more she wants a return. This is why men who pull back slightly trigger pursuit, not because they're cruel, but because they understand the economics of attention. What's freely given is cheap. What must be earned becomes invaluable.